3 steps to setting boundaries when it comes to your parents or your parent in-laws. So recently I've been coming across situations where they're dealing with their parents or their in-laws keep telling them what to do, how to do things, criticizing what they do, and it's driving them crazy. So here are the 3 steps to setting boundaries. Now I'm telling you these 3 steps, these are very basic steps, but it's very emotionally charged. And I understand that I will not be able to deal with it within this video, but I want to share with you what the 3 steps are and what to look out for after that, so that you have an idea of what you need in order to deal with it. So the 3 steps. Number 1 is to figure out what you want to do when the situation happens. So a lot of times we're like, oh, my mom is always harping on me, judging me, and I just want her to stop. Or my mother-in-law keeps telling me what to do, and I keep telling my spouse, my husband, to tell her to stop, and they're not stopping. And here's the thing, because we want the other person to change, but we cannot make the other person change. And that's why setting boundaries is so important, because setting boundary is when that thing happens, when they do that action, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? And so the first step is to figure out what we are going to do. And this first step is the biggest step of all. Because here's the thing, you have to figure out what you want to do, and you have to have a discussion with your spouse as to what they are comfortable to do. So you decide, for example, when my mom says this or when my mother-in-law says this, we're going to say, okay, I don't appreciate you for doing this. If you continue, I'm going to have to uninvite you, or I'm going to have to kick you out of the house, right? So this is the decision part of the thing, to decide on what we want to do together, and it needs to be in an agreeable term. Because if you want to do this and your spouse is not ready to do it, there's going to be a mixed message that you're sending to the other person, and it's not going to work out. So both of you needs to be on the same front to be in agreement with each other, so that both of you, when you execute it, it goes through. Now, this in itself takes a lot of work, because you may be relying on your spouse to tell your mother-in-law, but then if your spouse is having trouble with telling your mother-in-law, then that's a problem. Or if you are having trouble with your mom, and if your spouse is standing up for you and you're like, you know what, I changed my mind, it's okay, then that's a problem. So both of you have to make that decision first and foremost, and this is the most important part. Number 2, it's to, on the day of, when your mom or when your in-law is causing this trouble, telling you, oh, Claudia, why are you dressing your son like this? Then you or your spouse will tell them, I don't appreciate you giving me that feedback anymore. If you do it another time, we're going to send you out of the house, or we're going to not invite you to any more family gathering. That's number 2. Number 2 is to let them know what the consequence is going to be if they continue to do this. Now, what we're anticipating is for the explosion, right? For the reaction. And you have to also prepare for that. But the number 2 is to let them know. Number 3 is to follow through with the action. They explode, or they continue telling you all these things, and say, hey, I'm sorry, you have to leave now. Or say, hey, I'm so sorry, I will not be able to invite you until you can change your behavior. And then you have to send them on their way to follow through. And those are the 3 basic steps of boundary. And I understand what you're thinking, because at each point you're already anticipating for their reactions, and it's very scary. It is very scary, and it is, I know. So in the background of all of this, we are also anticipating for all of these blow-ups so that you can prepare for your nervous system to take on all of these things, because each step has their own blow-ups, and you and your spouse will have to be able to emotionally resist, emotionally withstand all of these blow-ups that you're going to encounter. And processing through the guilt, processing through all the jitters and anxiety and the, oh my gosh, what did I do to my mom? I'm such a bad daughter, etc., etc. And so there's a lot of things that are going on in the background. And yeah, these are just the 3 basic steps of setting boundaries. So I'm letting you know what it looks like, and it can be done. And whenever you're ready, you can book a time with me to work through all of this so that you can set the boundaries for you. Because here's the thing, as I said, you cannot change the other person's behaviors. You can only change how you want to take action to protect yourself. And this in itself, it comes from self-love and self-respect, because they are not respecting you. So you have to stand up for you. And so this is how it looks like in terms of setting boundaries. I know this is the hardest step to take, and I'm right here to walk alongside you so that you can be ready for you. Because a lot of times when you want to stand up for you, it feels like everyone is fighting you. Everyone is directing the anger at you. And I would like for you to be stronger in yourself so you can stand up for what you want, what you believe is the best thing for you to respect you. And so I'm right here to walk this journey with you. So book a time with me whenever you're ready. Sending you a lot of love and strength, and you're not alone. That's all I have for today. Until next time.